lovely introduction. Yeah, can you hear me, ma'am, now?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Hello.
Please
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, sir. We
Yes.
can hear you.
Yes. Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
hear and you can upload your.
First of all, thank you very much, sir, for a lovely interesting moment. Huh? Yeah, I think now my screen is visible. Okay, sir.
Sir, your sides are seen.
Sure. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Mulidhar Pai, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Then Dr. Bharti ma'am and all the stalwarts from Karnataka College of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Sir, can you hear me now? Hello, Bharti madam.
We can hear you very
Am I
clearly.
Yes, Dr.
audible?
Girish, we can hear you. Only
Yeah.
thing is your slides have to go to slideshow mode.
Slideshow and it
Yes,
has
sir.
to.
Yeah. So So thank you. Yes, ma'am. Now it's okay. Yeah. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And today why I'm telling you this complex, because see, nowadays, even though there are so many glamorous branches in OBGYN, for example, infertility, endoscopy, so and so, but you will be believing on one sentence of mine that MTP is always a bread and butter for almost all the gynecologists and obstetrician. Not even, may not be for all, but maximum more than 80% of the obstetrician till now they are having the MTP as their bread and butter, and the most commonly doing surgery, I can say, or a procedure in our day-to-day practice is MTP. And unfortunately, probably MTP is the only fact which most of the time not only confuses, but most of the doctors, they are in the jaws of the law only because of MTP. And specifically, the MTPs in the younger girls, they are more problematic for the obstetrician and gynecologists, and that's why I have chosen this topic. This may not be very academically very strong topic, but practically I assure you that definitely you are going to take few good take homes with you. So friends, this word adolescent, it is derived from a Latin word adolescere. Adolescere means to grow, to mature. There are significant, not only the physical or the body changes, but there are emotional changes, psychological changes, spiritual changes in the adolescents. There is a rapid physical and mental growth in them. Usually this age is between the 10 to 19, but today we are going to talk about the adolescent below the 18 years of the age. And almost 1/4 of the Indian population, around 31 to 35 billion, they are coming in this age group, that is adolescent age group. And that's why to invest in the adolescent is brilliant idea and brilliant thought or brilliant thing for our country. So this is how we can divide the adolescent in early, middle, and late stage. It's basically a cluster of the characteristics. You can tell all this character in this very beautiful mnemonic of adolescent. They are aggressive, correct? Then they are dynamic and developing. Most of the time they are overconfident. They are having the lack of information. They want to explore the things. They are experimenting every time. They are enthusiastic to know the things. And along with that, they are socially developing. They are sexually developing. They are more courageous. Actually, this courage is not important, or it is not needed, but they are courageous. They are cheerful. They become emotional. They get emulated themselves. They never say no to the peers. And unfortunately, many girls, many boys, they are engaged in the premature sexual practices. And that's why this problem of teenage pregnancy is very rampant and very common nowadays in our practice. And today we are going to talk about Hello, can you see my screen now?
We can
Sir,
see the
we are
screen,
seeing
but
screen,
it has
but the
Screen is
slides are not
visible.
moving.
It has come to the last slide.
No,
You just
okay,
go.
okay.
Yeah, it is only
Ah.
thanks slide is there. Other
Okay,
slides
okay,
are
okay.
not moving.
Just give me only 1 minute and I'll solve the issue. Supriya, can you see my first slide?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
We can see a slide with adolescents.
Yeah, now
Yes,
is it moving?
No,
Now is it
Probably
moving?
if you go to
It's
next
not
I have
one,
changed.
we can
No,
able
it's-
to.
I have shifted it on my second slide now.
no, but then we see the only first slide.
Yeah.
Adolescent.
Slide is not moving. Why don't you make it full screen?
I have already made it full screen. That's why I'm saying.
No, it's not.
It's
You
not
will have
moving,
to,
sir.
I think,
What happening, yeah?
open those slides in your Zoom.
हा मी तेच केलं ऍक्च्युली मी परत बंद करून परत चालू करतो आज काय झालंय
नाहीतर काय कर तू स्लाइड शो ओपन करून ठेव झूम मीटिंग एक्झिट कर आणि देन ओपन इट विथ द बॅकग्राउंड ओपन ऑन झूम द स्लाइड्स ओपन ऑन बॅकग्राउंड सो देन इट विल बी लिटल इझियर
जस्ट अ मोमेंट I'm doing something. आता दिसतंय का
Yeah, it is there, but I think your internet is weak. That's why. It has come now.
now you have come to the last slide go to your first
No,
slide
it probably is
Supriya,
the first slide.
first slide now the last slide is visible thank you slide go
no
to
sir,
your
now
first slide.
can you see the other slides?
No it's not moving.
No, I'm shifting the slide. I'm moving the slide, sir.
Okay.
The thank you ka exclamation is moving.
Yeah, I'm moving the slides, Supriya.
Correct. Okay.
What is happening? Why it is happening like that?
Your internet is low.
नहीं अभी मैं एक बार पूरा बंद करके चालू करूँ। Yes sir. Sure.
ಈಗ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸ ಆಗಿದೆ
Why this is happening?
ಹಾ ಅದೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಹೌದು ಯಾವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅವ್ರಿಂದ ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹತ್ರ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ
Supriya, can you see now?
You can see the thanks slide, sir.
No further slides you are watching. You can see.
No, because we see that multiple windows.
Can't see. Only thank you and it is not full screen.
It's not full screen.
Or Girish, you can do one thing. Just email your slides to the backend team and may the
No,
host
yaar,
can
no,
play them.
my slide presentation is always my I mean what you can understand. It should be open on time, and that will only give the real sense of my presentation. Otherwise, it is not of use.
Just do what I told you.
असं
Just
कधी होत नाही
leave
ग.
leave through Zoom meeting, leave कर. Close your entire all the windows, then open your slides, keep them in the background, then log into the Zoom with the slides open in the background. Just try that way again.
पण असं कधीच होत नाही यार, म्हणजे असं का होतंय?
किंवा maybe there is some issue with the internet, slow असेल internet
No,
काहीतरी
no,
असेल.
no, no. It is never an issue of internet.
मग मी म्हटल्याप्रमाणे करून बघ एकदा.
Sir, you can put off your video and just, I think, do it with, share us the slides. So Arun will move the slides.
Sir, internet is very low, sir. Hello?
Can you see other slide now?
No.
No?
It is not clear, sir. It's not clear. Now we can
Yeah,
see.
now we can see the first slide. Yes.
We can see the slide now.
Now?
Correct,
sir.
Yes.
correct. Yes.
Has
now
it
it's
moved?
moving. Yes, it is moving
So
now.
what I will do, I will stop my video. Okay?
Correct, correct. Do
Yes,
that.
yes.
Do
It's the
that,
only
yeah.
internet issue.
Yeah.
So
Stop your
less
videos,
work, yeah.
yeah.
Less data, better.
अरे मेरा स्क्रीन शेयर बंद हो गया अभी तो. What is happening
Yes,
here now?
yes, sir. Your screen is visible now.
Make it full screen.
बनाया मैंने, नहीं दिख रहा है.
नहीं नहीं.
नहीं, वापस वो.
It's not full screen.
सुनो ना, आप लोग 2 मिनट दो मुझे, बातें करो, मैं तब तक
ठीक,
पूरा
sir.
पूरा क्लोज करके चालू करता हूँ.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. No issues.
तब तक मुरलीधर sir can sing a song for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Murli?
I'd like to hear.
No. We'll just wait. We'll just wait. Now, this is usual. I think we have now lost touch with webinars after the physical conferences have started. So technical glitches are okay.
Can you see my slides now?
Yes, we
Hello?
can see the slides. Your
Again in same
screen
Are they
with
moving?
thanks, it's
No,
not
no.
moving. The slide with thanks is still there.
No second slide you can see?
No. Previously, when you had put your video off, that time the slides were correctly moving.
Even now his video is off, but still I think the
Okay.
internet issue is not as strong.
Can you see now?
We can see, but because of the internet, it's not as fast it should be. Now it, the slide has come now, but I'm
No, no, no. But it is moving now on my screen. It is moving.
Yeah, here also it's moving, but
Is it moving now?
yes, it is moving.
It's moving, sir.
It takes
Yes,
a while,
yes,
but
correct. Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
moving.
moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now what I will do, I will change the internet. That is the only remedy now.
Now it is moving well, Girish.
Okay. So friends, sorry, extremely sorry, and probably what I told you that MTP is one of the, I mean, that is the bread and butter for everybody, and that's why the discussion should be there. And usually, most of the obstetricians, they are facing the problems of the law only because of the MTP, and usually the MTPs in the adolescent girls or any MTP related to any adolescent. I mean, the perpetrator can be adolescent or the victim, the girl, that she can be the patient can be adolescent, and most of the time we are facing the problems. This word adult care, this adolescent is derived from the Latin term adult care, where I have already told you that there are significant physical, emotional, and psychological changes. This is the usual. I mean, this age lies in between 10 to 19, and one fourth of the India it is having that. And these characteristics I have already told you that these guys, they are aggressive, they are dynamic in this age group, they are overconfident, they are having lack of information, but they are enthusiastic. They want to explore the things, they are experimenting every time. And now they are not socially, but they are sexually developing. They are becoming courageous. I mean, this courageousness is invent, but they are courageous. They are emotional, and usually they say no to their peers. Never they will say no to their peers, and that's why the teenage pregnancies, they are very common in this age group. Friends, I always say that the laws, maybe they are related to the adolescent, but there is no law for their love. There is no law for their innocence. There is no law for their clean heart. And that's why we should care them. We should nurture them. Their health is a need of an hour, and their future is the future of India. And that's why let's talk about the adolescence, which is the most beautiful stage of our life. And today we are going to talk about a very difficult subject, that is the laws related to the adolescent. Friends, there are so many laws which are related to the adolescent. For example, the Child Labor Act 1986, the Immortal Trafficking Act 1986, the Indian Penal Code, the Juvenile Justice. They are actually not the whole Indian Penal Code, but there are various sections which are related to the adolescent and their rights. Then the Juvenile Justice Act, where in the age group below the 18 years, here the Juvenile Justice Act is very important. Then the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006. Then is the most dangerous act, that is the POCSO Act 2012. And why it is dangerous, I'm going to tell you. Then there are few sections where the MTP Act is also applicable to the adolescent. Then the Information Technology Act, which is very nowadays very useful, or it is used since last 2-3 years. Why? Because most of the adolescent, they are forced to use the net because of this COVID. Then the Adolescent Abuse Act, the Drug Abuse Act, the Criminal Law Amendment 2013, which gives the consent for sex after the age of 18. Friends, as such, if we say the law relates with us even before our birth, you will ask how? So a gentleman, when he or she is in uterus of their mother, they cannot be aborted after a particular age. It means the age of that fetus also has concern with the law, even though that guy is in the uterus. In India, 12 is the age where the person starts getting the favor from the Indian laws, and this is the age when the boy or a girl, they can give the consent for their examination. Okay. Then no factory jobs, they are allowed before 14 years of the age, and few non-hazardous job can be done for limited hours after the age of 14 or 15. Then no factory work, the factory work can be allotted to a boy or a girl, but they need fitness certificate, and it is considered to be for only limited hours. And no below ground work, for example, to work in the mine, is allowed before 17 years of the age. And in Indian law, 18 years is the age of majority. As you all know, a girl can marry at the age of 18 and a boy at the age of 21. Then anybody can give the consent for any hazardous job or for surgery after 18 years of the age. Then person can make a lawful valid will after the age of 18. Then if some problems or some offense has been done by a person, and if they are below 18 years of the age, then they'll be sent to the hostel and reformatory school instead of jail. This is the importance of the age 18. And friends, why we should know the laws related to the adolescent? This is for yourself. Means as a doctor, we should know what is our responsibility and what should be our body language, or what should we know regarding the law and the adolescent. Then to make the society aware, because many times what happens, the patient comes to you, you're sincerely, you're trying to follow the POXO Act and you want to inform to the police, but because the patient is not aware about their responsibility, that's why then they causes some problems. And that's why to make the society is very important. But before making the society aware about this act, you yourself should be knowing about this act, and to restructure your strategy as a doctor for the adolescent health education, isn't it? So today we are going to talk on some Indian laws which are related to the age. I'm going to focus on the POXO, then the relation of the MTP with the adolescent, and what is your own duty as a professional when the patient comes to your hospital and she is an adolescent. Okay. And before starting my talk, I want to put this disclaimer that these are my own personal views after reading the 2-3 books regarding the POXO and MTP and talking with many people. Then I may differ at some point. I am sorry, extremely sorry for that if I differ at some point, and everybody is most welcome for their suggestion and advices. Today I am not going to teach you anything. In fact, I am here to learn something from you, so your suggestions and advices are most welcome. And I am putting very embarrassed for putting this fourth disclaimer, but I need to put this disclaimer that I may not be comfortable if anybody is asking my this presentation. Friends, such kind of presentation to create takes more than 4-5 months. So I always feel little uncomfortable because I have been asked for this presentation by 2-3 people. That's why at that time I was not very comfortable. And please follow POXO Act in your practice strictly, very strictly. Otherwise, once you are in the trap of POXO Act, then it's almost impossible to get out of it. Okay. Now my first question to everybody, please tell me, by grace of God, have you ever had a married lady? What I have put on this word married lady. Okay, a married lady of 18 years for either MTP or in for delivery in your hospital. Have you ever had? Or any unmarried girl below 18 years of the age for MTP? Have you ever had? Have you ever diagnosed a pregnancy in a girl below 18 years of the age, not only clinically, but either by USG or by UPT? Or ever you had an unmarried girl with a complication of MTP? For example, she might have come to you with the history of POCs, that is remnant products of conception, or for pain in abdomen and later on uterine injury, or even ectopic pregnancy, or any kind of complications she had been to your hospital. Have you ever had? And have you ever given the prescription of contraception to a girl below 18 years of the age? Now, my next $1 million question to all of you: have you informed to the police regarding that patient? And if you're not informed, then this can be the picture in your case: a doctor behind the bar. Friend, I always say to everyone that ignorance of the law can never be an excuse. In fact, it is not excuse. Not only it is my saying, but even law says that ignorance of the law is absolutely no excuse. Every time you cannot make the Gandhiji ka bandar like faces that I don't know anything, I don't want to say anything, and I don't want to talk anything. No, never. This should not happen. As such, as a doctor, already we are fighting with Mr. Death, the diseases for our patient. See, before 10 to 15 years ago, the only challenge for the doctor was just to fight with the disease, and there was no any other problem with the doctors. But nowadays, along with this Mr. Death, fight with the Mr. Death. Nowadays, we are fighting with the law also. And nowadays, this python of law is ready to engulf you at any second. Friends, the cases against the doctor, they are increasing, they are rising day by day, months together. You can see very clearly last 5 years, 70 to 21, the cases against the doctor, they are rising tremendously. You can just note down this total number of cases and total numbers. It is literally almost 30% increase every time. And unfortunately, we gynecologists rank the list. Unfortunately, we gynecologists rank this list, the top list this. Already we are facing so many major problems. The problems start from our this and selection for the medical college, then completion of medical studies, then your residency, then competition for PG seat, then your residency, and the last and major problem is to establish your own practice. But this all problems will be very small when the law meets the medicine, and when you are in the, I mean, in the jaws of law, this will be the biggest problem with you. Already you are in spite of having so much the abilities, you are having so many criminal liabilities also. So doctors should be aware about their criminal liabilities. Never the law will come to your doorstep and will teach you what is or what she is, but it is your own duty to know about the law which are related to your job. Friends, if you are not doing MTP, then even if you are not aware about the MTP Act, it is a great. If you are not doing sonography, or if you are not doing unlawful MTPs, then if you are not aware of DCP Act, great. But you should know the laws like POXO 101%, because you are facing these problems indirectly some or the other time in your practice, and you will not be aware that you are entrapped in the POXO Act of the POXO. And that's why, even in spite you are not aware of the POXO Act in detail, you should know these laws at least to the extent where your like duty, what duties you are supposed to carry in the POXO, and you should know the law to certain extent. You cannot make faces like this or like this, friends. Okay. And see what happens, many people is they are getting such kind of patients, they know what is their duty, but they are more hitting and they always try to do such kind of things. Okay, but friends, just take my words, every day is not same, every patient is not same. Sometimes you are getting through, but this is not possible every time. There is one person, Mr. Lawrence Peter, who has already told you that the problem with the temptation is that you may not get another chance. So till now, you must have done deliveries or MTPs in the ladies, in the married girls below 18 years of the age, and probably you are safe through. But you cannot get these chances again and again. So let's talk about MTP in the adolescent. Okay, because this is the topic for today. Friends, there are so many myths, so many confusions, and there are some tricky situations in our day-to-day practice. Now, what myths, what I'm talking about, one day one media person came in my hospital and he was telling me, Dr. Sir, you have done one MTP, and I know that girl, she is below 18 years of the age, she is unmarried, and I know this is an unlawful case and you'll have to pay for it, to pay. It means that guy, he was under wrong impression that MTP cannot be done below 18 years of the age. And probably this myth, or this myth, I can say this myth also, even the doctors of other fraternities, they think that MTP cannot be done below 18 years of the age. So MTP can be definitely done below the 18 years of the age, but there are certain other laws which you have to follow. Then there are some confusions regarding the consent, whose consent should be taken and why. Shall a doctor should take the consent of the child above 12 years of the age? It is very important. And regarding the parents' consent, now if the child wants examination but the parent refuses the examination, now I'll tell you something about this. Friends, in POXO, all the girls who have been brought for the examination, if that girl is about 12 years of the age, then she has all the rights to give the consent for the examination. Now, if, for example, her parent himself or himself is perpetrator in that case, and if he is refusing for the examination, then in such situation, that girl, she can give the consent for examination, and the doctor have to examine that girl, because the consent of that girl is more important than the consent of that parent. Got it? And many times patients, they are not ready to inform, that they are not giving permission to inform to the police. And you can say myth, you can say tricky situation amongst the doctor, that many doctors think that, sir, if it is mandatory on my part to inform to the police, then what I will do, I won't do MTP of that patient and I'll let that patient to go. Then I mean, there is no obligation on me to inform to the police. No, friends, even if you are not doing MTP, but you are coming across such kind of patient in this situation also, you have to inform to the police according to the POXO Act. Many people, even they are saying me that, yes, sir, that patient had been to my hospital, but I never done her MTP, and that's why I have not informed to the police. Again, this mistake is done by many doctors. So friends, if you have, even if you have not done MTP, even if you have refused that patient, even if you have sent that patient out of your OPD, but if you know that she was pregnant, then you have to inform the police according to the POXO Act. And here comes the role of POXO Act, that is Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, which was amended in 2019. It is a POXO Act and not a POSCO Act. Okay. This is the gadget of India. Now, how to proceed? See, there are so many things in the POXO Act, but today I'm not going to elaborate all the points. So let's directly come to our situation that a patient 18 years of the age, in fact, I would say she's below 18 years of the age, she's pregnant 100%. Now she's in your hospital. Now, how to proceed? What are your liabilities and what you are supposed to do in according to the MTP as well as the POXO Act? Now, there are two possible situations. Either your patient is ready for whatever you are doing for, or if your patient is denying about the inform to the police. Now, how to proceed? Before proceeding, please mind well, the determination of the age of the patient is your duty. It is not the duty of that patient. It is the not duty of the parents, the court. It is your own duty to have to determine the age and take the proper decision. Okay. Now, how can you determine the age? As I already told you, that is your responsibility. You can determine, or you can ask that patient for either birth certificate, you can ask for school living certificate, you can ask for Aadhaar card, you can ask for election card or driving license. And if the patient is denying for any document, and or if she is not having any document, then either you can go by clinical examination, you can go by dental examination, or you can go by radiological examination. Okay. See, even though these clinical, dental, or radiological examination, they are a little bit confusing or they are not that much reliable, but at least they will save your skin in the court of law. If something goes wrong with you, at least you are having that document with you, that which proves maybe you're having some problem with that determination of the age by clinical examination, maybe by the 2-3 months or whatever it may be. But if you're having some or the other valid paper in your hand, then that can save you in the court of law. So determination of age is your duty. Now your patient is willing for everything. She is telling you that, parents, they are telling you that, doctor, aapko jo karna hai karo, you inform to the police, just mujhe MTP karke do. Then what you should do, the friends, then you should go for the clinical examination, take her detailed history, assess the gestational age. If you are interested, then you can go for all the investigation. For example, the blood investigation. If you want to go for the sonography, then go for sonography for like a gestational age confirmation and all, because not only the age criteria, but there is a criteria of gestational age also. Okay. So after doing all this formality as a doctor, then please ask her for age proof. If she is below 18 years of the age, then you have obligation to inform to the police. And if she is 101% above 18 years of the age at the time of conception, that is more important. For example, if a girl is coming that her birthday, she had just her birthday 1 month before, but she is pregnant of 2 months, then it is your duty to inform to the police because her conceptional age was below 18 years of the age. Okay. Now finalize the method of MTP. Then make all the arrangements of MTP according to your mind. You have to inform to the police and request them to collect the product of conception within 72 hours. This is very important. I'll read again. You have to inform to the police and you have to request them in return to collect the POCs, that is product of conception, within 72 hours. Okay. Then go for MTP. Then preserve the product of conception in a regular normal saline and preserve this normal saline with the POCs in your refrigerator for 72 hours. And and when you have informed to the police, take one, I'll come to that point once again. Okay. Now, for example, if the police has not taken any cognizance of your information, they had not been to your hospital within 42 hours after acknowledgement by you, then send one more written acknowledgement after 42 hours. When still 36 hours are there for them to collect the sample. Okay, means you have given 2 reminders to them. It is never written in any book or any book of the law or POXO that you have to inform twice or what. This is the practical tip I am giving to you because it is priceless. It doesn't carry, I mean, it doesn't have any cost, nothing else, and that's why I'm telling you that as soon as you inform to the police regarding that patient, in the same paper you can write down to collect, or you can request them to collect the POCs, and second reminder you can give them after 48 hours before disposal of that sample. And if nobody is coming to your hospital within 72 hours, then please dispose of sakega आपका. Now the question is, if you have not informed to the police, or if you fails to inform to the police, then what can happen? Then this can be a picture: a doctor with hatkadi, with his stethoscope, but not in his hospital but in jail. And unfortunately उस डॉक्टर को एक और हाउस पोस्ट करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन जेल के अंदर में, और यहाँ पे आपको स्टाइपेंड मिलेगा नहीं, आपको स्टाइपेंड देना पड़ेगा. मींस यू कैन गेट द पनिशमेंट फॉर इम्प्राइजनमेंट फॉर 6 months with fine or with both the things. Okay, and unfortunately if you are a boss in some hospital, for example Murlidhar sir, okay, and if unka subordinate, she or she is doing some problem or some, I mean, offense in this manner, then the boss is entitled for the imprisonment. The punishment is I mean doubled here in this case. So all the bosses, wherever you are working, either you are boss in some multi-speciality hospital or super speciality hospital or in any teaching institute, if your subordinate they are doing some mistake, then you are entitled for the imprisonment or punishment. So be careful about this. Okay, so today's most important lesson for everybody, that any person who is having the knowledge or apprehension, मतलब उसको मालूम है या मालूम होने की शंका भी है about the involvement of any child. Child means any person below 18 years of the age is called a child according to the POXO. The involvement of any child in any kind of sexual activities, सिर्फ pregnant है या MTP लिया, it's not a matter or it's not an issue. Even if a girl is coming to your hospital with injury to the vagina, and if she is giving history, clearly that some person, he or she has not only inserted the sexual organ, but even they have done something in the sexual intent, then it is your duty to inform to the police according to the POXO Act. Now, ideally, you are supposed to inform to the Special Juvenile Police Unit, or you can inform to the police station, or you can inform to the Child Welfare Committee. Correct? See, now what if the patient is very close to you? What happens many times? What happens the very close patient to you? I mean, the patient who is related to you, or a patient जो आपकी दोस्त की daughter है. Now she is coming to you and she is below 18 years of age. Now what to do in such kind of cases? Friends, हमेशा याद रखो, जो हमारे पास में है उसको छोड़ दो और भागो. अगर जिंदगी से चले जाओगे तो बाद में कौन सी पेशेंट, कौन सा हॉस्पिटल और कौन सा क्या. Once you are behind the bar, everything will be in vain. So forget that the patient is close to you. If she or he want to come to you for seeking the advices or for treatment, if they are below 18 years of age, you have to inform the police. Now, how to inform to the police? Friends, always inform the police with the acknowledgement. If you are sending some paper to the police that I have informed and you don't have any kind of proof, it is not the duty of the police department or the duty of the court to prove that you have informed to the police. It is your own duty. So the bestest way is to inform the police in 2 copies of the FIR, that is the handwritten FIR, that is the first investigation report. Okay, you have to send those papers to the police department. Take their inward, that is the inward number, date of that inward, and I would suggest you just write down the name of that police person and his buckle number also. And nowadays the best thing is to just take one snap of that person with your mobile if possible. Correct? Sometimes what happens, the police, they are not aware of the law and they denies to take such kind of record. Now what to do in such cases? So in such cases you can dial either 100, then you can send it by registered AD, then you can send it by mail, you can do telephone with the recording. This is very important. Even you can do the video recording also. Then either you can inform to the higher police, you can inform to the CWC, that is the Child Welfare Center, and the bestest way is to inform or dial 1098. Write down this number 1098. For example, in Maharashtra, if I am calling on 1098, then directly this phone will be connected to Mumbai, and the Mumbai higher authorities will connect to Yavatmal, that is my place, and the police department ko karna hi padega jo main chahta hu. Okay, so these are the ways how you can inform to the police and how you have to inform to the police. An acknowledgement copy, that is the another copy, you have to preserve it forever, not for 5 years or for 3 years. What is expected in the MTP or PCP entity, you have to preserve these copies forever. This is very simple. Okay, you can preserve it in even the digital form, or I would say that try to preserve it in the physical form. That is always good. It is not ready for MTP, or they are not ready that कि आपको doctor साहब बताना ही नहीं है. अगर आप, if you are going to tell to the police, then I am not ready for the MTP. Now what to do in such cases? Friend, in such cases also you have to inform the patient about your responsibility for POXO. That friend, अगर आपको चाहे MTP करना हो या नहीं करना हो, मुझे तो पुलिस को बताना जरूरी है, and I am going to inform to the police. Now this is important. This sentence is important. Why? Let me tell you. See, when that patient is refusing the procedure of MTP, okay, and going away from you, इसका मतलब है कि वो चाहता नहीं है कि आप बताएं. And in spite of his non-willingness to inform to the police, if you are informing to the police and if he was not ready mentally to accept this, तो वो आके आपको एक थप्पड़ जरूर मारेगा. उससे अच्छा है कि उसके मुंह पे बता दो कि भाई तू एमटीपी कर ना कर, मैं बताने वाला हूँ, यू टेक इट ग्रांटेड. तो वो मेंटली तैयार रहेगा. व्हेन ही विल कम टू नो कि दैट पुलिस मेरे यहाँ पे आके मुझे इंक्वायरी करे, तो उसको ऑलरेडी पता रहेगा कि अरे हाँ, डॉक्टर गिरीश तो बताने वाले थे, उन्होंने तो मुझे बताया था कि ही इज गोइंग टू इन्फॉर्म टू द पुलिस. तो नेचुरली कर भी सकता है, बट वो थोड़ा कम यूजेस करेंगे आपके हॉस्पिटल में. सो इन्फॉर्म द पेशेंट डायरेक्टली. एंड ये मत सोचो कि मैं इसको कैसे बताऊं, मुझे गुस्सा तो नहीं करेगा, मुझे मारेगा तो नहीं. भाई जेल के अंदर में जाके 6 महीने चक्की पिसने से अच्छा उसकी जो भी गाली है मारेगा तो खा लो. एक आधी थप्पड़ भी मारी, वैसे तो आजकल कोई हिम्मत नहीं करता. बट एक्स्ट्रा मतलब बी रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट वॉट एवर वर्ड्स ही इज गोइंग टू से इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग टू द जेल. Okay, then inform the authority. What I told you, in that way you have to write it down into FIR copies, send it. How to inform, and if the I mean they are denying, then what to do, I have already told you. Now what happens, many times the patients, they are coming to your hospital in very early pregnancy, for example 1.5 month or 2 months, and according to our routine practice, many doctors, they what do they do, they prescribe the MTP pills to the patient. Okay, this is legal. I do agree, this is legal, no issue about it. But that patient will definitely go to her home, she will consume those medicine and she'll abort in her home. Okay, sometimes what happens, sometimes you inform to the police, you have done everything in a very correct way, you did MTP, you did her MTP, and unfortunately you disposed of those POCs. Now police department don't have any proof to prove that who was the culprit in that cases. So in such cases, now the new charges of destruction of evidence can be launched against you. So my friend, it is your duty to provide the POCs to the police department. And that's why I told you that any patient, if she is coming to you, please collect the POCs. So you have to go by the surgical method, you have to collect the POCs, you have to preserve it in normal saline, you have to keep this solution with you for 72 hours in the refrigerator for its proper maintenance of that POCs. And you have to inform to the police for collection of those POCs. And if the police department is not, so mind it well, it is your duty to provide the sample to them. Correct? क्या होता है कि now there was one day the PCP Act was since so many years, when the doctors were not aware, when the judiciary was not aware, when that civil surgeon office and all the authorities, they were not aware, everything was okay. But as soon as the police department and the authorities, they came to know about this PCP Act, that time the havoc happened. Many doctors, they went behind the bar. So till today, the police department and judiciary is not very much serious about POXO Act. But once they will be having all the knowledge about the POXO Act and you have already done all the mistakes, that time it will be impossible for you to get out of it. So try to follow this POXO Act from today only. Okay, now the next question is, many doctors, they have asked me that, do we require to take the permission of MTP from police? My answer is absolutely big no. There is no need of taking any kind of permission from the police. Now there is one another question that according to the MTP law, we cannot reveal the name of the patient to the anyone other than higher authorities. Friends, here you have to inform to the police by name. Don't worry about it because the POXO Act overpowers the MTP Act, and you are not, breaching any MTP Act regarding the disclosure of the name of that girl. You have to inform to the police, and if you are not disclosing the name, then you are at fault. Friend, I always say that please treat your patients, save the girls, but before treating them and saving them, save your skin first. In fact, I would say save your skin as well. So, off the record tips I am giving you, ask for legal age proof to every unmarried pregnancy in your hospital. Even if she is above 18 years or 20 years of the age, I would say if she is more than 20 years of the age, she's having Aadhaar card with her. But still, you should ask any some or the other kind of age proof with her, because unmarried pregnancy not only for the MTP but can create the problems in the law by any heading, and definitely some or the other time the things can be directed to you also. So you should be ready with the papers. Okay. And while advising USG to any unmarried patient, don't write the probable diagnosis as pregnancy. For example, me and Dr. Supriya Arwari are practicing in Mumbai. I am a radiologist. Dr. Supriya Arwari, one patient, she came to her OPD and she wrote her name, Miss XYZ, age 17 years, and probable diagnosis pregnancy, 3 months or 12 weeks pregnancy. Now that patient has been referred to me with that paper. I did the sonography. Then I wrote down the referring doctor Supriya Arwari, age of the patient 17 years, and I have given the whole, that determination of pregnancy. And I have given that ultrasonological report. Unfortunately, that patient ran away. She got her MTP done to some other place. And the patient, she has not come to Supriya. Now Supriya has forgotten about everything, correct? And then lafda ho gaya, police case ho gaya, and then a paper came to Supriya that Supriya Arwari, here it is written that you are aware about her pregnancy because you have already sent that patient to Dr. Girish Mane. Neither Girish Mane has informed us, nor you have informed us. So both of you are a culprit. Okay. So just to avoid the clicks or the problem on your side, just write down the probable diagnosis as lump in abdomen or pain in abdomen. Because at least you can say, sir, yes, she had been to my hospital, but I was not aware about her pregnancy. Because see, you can see this referral letter. I have clearly mentioned that she was a case of only pain in abdomen or lump in abdomen. Even she has not given the history of sexual involvement, or even clinically I was not able to find out her this pregnancy. So at least you can say, or you can say something in the court of law. Okay. Then while doing USG of every unmarried patient for any reason, ask the age proof. Why? Because many times the patients are coming to you for bleeding PV or for any reason, for a pain in abdomen or some other reason, and accidentally you come to know that she's pregnant. Okay. At that time, then she will say कि मेरे पास age proof नहीं है, नहीं हो तो unmarried लड़की है तो पहले उसको बोलना मेरा age proof दे दे भाई, उसके बाद में मैं सब करूंगा. ठीक है. Then while doing delivery of a even married lady with the conceptual age below 18 years of the age, so nowadays we cannot deny such kind of deliveries, you know. So what is the only remedy which is absolutely illegal, but I'm giving you the off the record tips. So write down the age of that patient as 19 or 20, like that. And if possible, ask that patient or the relatives to fill the complete admission form in their words. Ask her to write down the age also. At least you can say कि उसने मुझे 20 years बताया था, because nowhere in the MTP or PCPNDT or POXO Act it is written that doctor should ask for age proof. So this is one of the very small, loophole in that in those laws, where we can save ourselves. That sir, आपने कहीं बोला ही नहीं कि age proof law, and she already told me that she is 20 years of the age. That's why I have written. And why I'm telling about you in the married cases, because in the married cases generally the lawful activities are very less likely to occur. Correct? So you cannot deny all the patients. अगर ऐसा हो तो राजस्थान में, बिहार में practice करना impossible हो जाएगा. So just go for the practice, but at least you can write down the age. नहीं तो आप लिख रहे वहाँ 17 or 18 directly, means you are knowing that fact that she is below 18 years of age, and then still you are doing delivery. मतलब तो ऐसा हो गया कि सीधा गाल में झापड़ मारे जैसा हो गया. इसलिए at least write down the age 19 or 20. Then educate your all doctor friends, because many people think that these laws are only for gynecologists or obstetricians. No, friend, not only the doctors. These laws are applicable to even media people, to the hotel people, to the parents, to the teachers. Every Indian person who is above 18 years of the age they are having obligation of this POXO Act, and they have to inform to the police department if they come across such kind of cases. So our friends like sonologists who are diagnosing the pregnancies by sonography, then pathologists who are like doing the UPTs, the pediatrician who are coming across such girls with the pain in abdomen or vaginal injuries or anal injuries like that, then the surgeons who are coming across the anal injuries or vaginal injuries like that. So all these people, they should be aware about this act. So if your husband especially is of another faculty who can be victim of this law, you should educate them about this POXO Act and make a separate file of FIR and preserve it forever. Okay, keep it with your will को वाला पेपर के साथ में ये रख दो, क्योंकि ये दोनों साथ में चलेंगे तो अच्छा है. Then inform the police every pregnancy, whoever is coming to your OPD and she is below 18 years of the age. Might make ये patient, even don't change your strategy even the patient is very close to you. अगर आपकी खुद की relative भी हो तो POXO Act says that you should inform to the police. Now it is up to you कि आप क्या करना चाहते हो. Okay friends, this is a very accident prone area, so go very slow. It's very dangerous. जिस दिन झांसे में आओगे बहुत खतरनाक खाओगे. So to conclude my talk, be vigilant whenever you are coming across the minor patients for treatment, not only for the sexual abuses but for MTP or delivery increases manyfold, not by percentage but many folds it is increases. Okay, the responsible medical profession is under the obligation of POXO Act, and they have to inform to the authority about the MTP or delivery as soon as they come to know. Then it is very important, you are a very important person to be helpful as an expert witness to prove the crime or the sexual abuse, so you should inform. Please comply with the law of land. You have to remember this number 1098. Spread this knowledge to all your medico friends as well as the friends of other pathies. There is no need to take the permission of MTP from the police, and you have to preserve the POCs in NS for 72 hours after the MTP. Friends, ignorance of the law can never be an excuse, and law will never come to your doorstep to get teached or to teach you about it is your own duty to know all the laws which are related to your profession. Okay, this is very important. So be vigilant. कोई गलती की गुंजाइश मत रखो, क्योंकि जरा सी सावधानी हटी तो फिर दुर्घटना पक्की हटी. So friends, it doesn't matter how many resources you have, it matters how to use them. And be vigilant. जहाँ पे भी जरूरत पड़ी, take the medical legal advices from point one, and you should have some basic knowledge about the law to have the sound sleep. अगर sound से sleep करना है तो sound आपको होना चाहिए. And prevention is always easier and cheaper than the cure. Now the last slide and very important slide. Yes, अगर कोई सोया होगा तो please जग जाइए. I always say that empathy हमारा सबसे बड़ा शस्त्र है. But friends, आज की this era, every doctor should think medico-legally first. Whenever a patient is coming to your hospital, think medico-legally first, then think medically, then think technically, and then come empathy and compassion and whatever you can see. Friends, I always say that you should work with the honesty and sincerity, definitely, but don't get these words to get in your head. Correct? Consider yourself as like the other professions. बाकी के profession के जैसे हम लोग हैं. There is no extra privilege in our country as a doctor by the government, because I think we are more vulnerable and more easy target than other professions. And please don't get fooled by terminologies that like noble profession, lifesaver, God, and this and that. वैसा. So पहले smart doctor बनो, उसके बाद brilliant doctor बनो, और फिर academician बनो. No issue. So with regards and many salutes to the organizer. Thank you very much, friends. I wish all the best and have a litigation-free medical practice. Please note down this number. I am not a medical legal expert, but at least मैं कुछ तो आपको पक्का बताऊंगा अगर आपको कुछ भी problem आ गया. So my number is 9822276747. And please don't assume anything. Ask if you have any doubt, any kind of doubt. And this is my most favorite picture, myself sitting in between with my whole committee in 2020 ASUG Lucknow. all stalwarts. They worked with me since for 3 years, and that probably this is the reason why I could chair committee person. So I should stop here by saying a big thank you. And मेरा last का मशवरा आप सबको, प्लीज 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 म्यूजिक को फॉलो करें, क्योंकि म्यूजिक फॉलो करेंगे तो इतने अच्छे लोग आपसे जुड़ जाते हैं. So thank you very much, and thank you very much. Over to you, MOCs.
Yeah, Girish, that was an excellent talk. I think now you can switch on your video.
Sir, but I missed one thing. Actually, my expressions are also, I mean, you could have enjoyed, but unfortunately, it's okay. No issue.
Yeah, no problem. But it was really, really excellent. I was just looking at the chat simultaneously. Lots of compliments to you. Everybody said it's a very important topic because, as you correctly said, knowledge is very important. Being in thorough academics is important, but it is very important now to be street smart and to be aware of all the laws that we have to follow. It was a very important point that you said. Ignorance of law is no protection in any case, especially for doctors. And we have to be aware of our laws. We have to be aware of everything. There are a couple of questions. First question I would take up is that if the couple are married, let's say if the girl is married, and less than 8 months, I'm talking about that. Still, when she has come to you with pregnancy, is it important to inform the police? If
Yes,
she's
sir.
married,
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, in POXO Act, the word married or unmarried is never mentioned. Every person who is below 18 years of the age, either he can be male or female also. I mean, this is the only law which is which is designed for the male as well as the female, and it is gender biased law. In fact, in the this Indian Penal Code or IPC, specifically in the rape cases, the perpetrator are always male and the victims are always female. But here, this is equally for male as well as female, and here the married or unmarried criteria are not of any use. Any person who is below 18 years of the age, if they are getting engaged in the sexual activities, and no need of only pregnancy, even if they have done something which is related to the sex, for example, the use of pornography, then use of the bad words which are related, or which are even, sir, if they are having, I mean, bad intentions in their mind, and they have done some forceful activities which could have been landed up in the sexual harassment, then also they are, I mean, punishable.
Yeah. So this question automatically answers another question related to that. That means if there was consensual sex, even then it has to be informed, because even when you are married, if you are informing, then the question of consensual sex doesn't arise at all. Anything has to be informed. So am I right, Girish?
Yes, sir. And sir, suppose sometime what happened, the victim is also below 18 years of the age, and even the perpetrator, they are also below 18 years of the age. We can nowadays see to have the affairs, I mean, love affair below 18 years of the age, and to get involved in the sexual activity, or to leave the house and go to some other places. लड़कियां भाग जाती है. So in such cases, this POXO, instead of POXO Act, the Juvenile Justice Act, it is applicable, and that person will be sent to the hostel instead of the jail. And here the Juvenile Justice Act 2000 will be applicable.
Okay. Another question is, which police station near our hospital or area of the resident we should complain?
Sir, ideally, everybody is supposed to inform to the SJPU, that is Special Juvenile Police Unit. But unfortunately, the SJPU or Special Juvenile Police is not there in every city. In the metro cities where the number of police people in the police department, it is ample, where they have formed these SJPUs. But in the small places like me, the nearest police station, you have to inform to the nearest police. It is not, you can inform anywhere in India, but it will be for you and for your betterment to inform to the nearest police department or police station, so that will be easy for you. So you can inform anywhere, wherever you are comfortable, but it practically, if you are informing to the nearest police station, then that will be more helpful.
Yeah, this automatically answers. That was the question by Dr. Rajeshri Paladi. And this another question, similar question by Dr. Sonia, is automatically answered. She was telling that her patient belongs to another state altogether. So Dr. Girish has already answered. You will complain at the nearest police station to you, ideally juvenile police station, but if it is not there, nearest police station. Am I right? But can they ring up from
Yes,
anywhere in the
sir.
country? 1098, can they ring up from anywhere in the country?
Yes, yes, yes. Anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. And usually it is, I mean, it is connected to I mean, what you can say, in your state only. For example, in Maharashtra, we will be connected to Mumbai. In your place, probably that will go to Bangalore. And from Bangalore, then those guys will inform to the, I mean, after taking the whole information from you, then they will do the further proceedings.
I think you have answered this question, but again, Dr. Devnath is asking how to inform the police. You have very
Actually, in
clearly
book, it is written that even you can call. There is one
I
book
see.
by Mr. Tripathi. He is advocate. He has written that you either you can write down a FIR or you can telephone. You can inform on phone also. But I would say never inform on the phone because it is almost impossible. Correct? Almost it is impossible to prove that you have already informed to the police by phone. And second thing, as soon as that guy will put down the phone, he will forget about that procedure and he will not do anything in further. And now one very important thing which I should tell everybody, that if the police is denying to take your paper, the police person is liable for the punishment for 6 months. Okay. So you have to inform to that guy that, sir, please consider the fact and please accept my papers. Otherwise, you can also be punished by the POXO Act if you are denying for the papers.
So I think you have already answered Dr. Bharati's question, which is related to this. What is the proof that I have informed the police?
Second copy.
Yeah, FIR we lodge. Is it FIR we lodge and have a copy from him?
Yeah, it should be in 2 copies. Give one copy to the police department, and on the second copy, take the sign of received, then the inward number, then write down the date, write down the name of that person and buckle number of that police. And what I am telling you, just take out your photo, take out your mobile.
The FIR, how can we file the FIR?
It is FIR means what? Just write down a complaint. That's all. It is not that copy of FIR what you are assuming. It is not a written that printed FIR. FIR means you have to just inform to the police. That is all. Okay. And see, there is a difference. You are not complaining. Mind it well. You are not complaining. You are just informing.
This is just to inform.
That's all. Yes. So you have to inform only on a paper. That's all. You are not complaining. Even if that police is not taking any action on the person who, because of whom that girl has been pregnant, हमको क्या करना है भाई, तू करना कर, हमको कोई पता नहीं, खाली we have obligation to inform you according to POXO. That's why we are informing. Finish it up. That's all.
Good. Yeah. There's another question by Dr. Simi Riaz, which says the girl is under 18 now, 24 weeks pregnant, brought. Can we do MTP or allowed to continue pregnancy? This is related to MTP. Of course, you have to inform the police, but now she's asking whether to continue at 24 weeks.
See, according to the newer amendment, we can abort till 24 weeks. And here, you have to take the consent of two medical practitioners. But according to my knowledge, here the unmarried pregnancy is not a criteria for termination of pregnancy. No, you can do harm to the mental status of that girl, and you can do. But if she is about 24 of the weeks, then the other formalities are there. For example, the permission from the board and all. And for 24 weeks, you can terminate, number one, the case of rape. Number two, if the patient's marital status changes, like widow or like you can say divorcee, like that. Then third, national calamity, for example, COVID or some other problem. Then if she's handicapped, you can do. Then if she's a victim of rape, then you can do. And if there is congenital abnormality or threatened to the fetus, then you can do the MTP till 24 weeks with the consent of two different or opinion of the two different practitioners.
Dr. Girish, excellent tips you have given. And one question: so when we preserve the products of conception for 72 hours in saline, and sometimes the police will not take the specimen for us, what do we do?
Ma'am, in such case, I have already told you that you have to inform twice to the police. Now you have a proof that you have already requested them and you have informed them to collect. Now उस बॉटल को आप एक फुटबॉल के जैसा लात मार के भी फेंक सकते हो, अभी कोई
Okay,
टेंशन
okay,
नहीं.
fine. Okay, right. Because it's in normal saline, we can't keep it for long.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. It is not our duty now.
Okay, sir, fine.
And after the
Dr.
72
Giri.
hours, in fact, that is not of any use also
I know
for DNA
exactly.
testing.
But taking an
Exactly.
acknowledgement from that police is very important, I think.
Of course.
We cannot
Ma'am,
just
here,
send it through one of our boys and they just deliver it on the table and come back. He will say, I have not received it.
ma'am, the main motto of doctor is just to save ourselves from the law. We are not interested of proving anything. Our
Sir, but,
interest is just to save
recently-
ourselves. That's all.
So recently there is a Supreme Court ruling by the High Court by Justice Chandrachud that in case of POXO and MTP, you need not reveal the name of the victim to the police. So this
See,
controversy, I
madam.
was reading about it today also.
I also know that. See, single case or a personal sentences, whatever the Chandrachud and these guys they are giving, it's their issue. But when the case will be landed on or will be on Dr. Bharti Rajshekar, that time this book and the whatever has been written in that book only will save you.
Okay, so
Just
we can
forget
always reveal the name.
See now, if I am saying some controversial thing in my talk, for example, okay, because I feel like that, or if I want to misguide you, so you cannot take this as a I mean, this as anywhere else. This is my opinion. So forget it. Whatever is written in the book, that is fine.
Thank you, Dr. Girish.
Yeah.
Sir,
there is
you also told if some
Hello.
patient comes to you at 18 years, below 18 years, and she's pregnant and you refuse to see the case, or you refuse to inform to the police, then also you'll be put behind the bar because you have not informed.
Yes.
So what is the
See, ma'am, now
why the punishment to the doctors?
solution. No, let me explain you. See, what POXO Act says that Act says that no person in India should be involved or should be abused below 18 years of the age only for the sex. Very simple. So even they are willing for that and they are not having the knowledge about the sex, and that's why even they are willing for it, even though they should not be involved. And anyhow, if they are involved, then at least we should know that so that we can take some action. Correct? So if you're not doing MTP in that patient, still she is pregnant. I mean, she has involved in the sexual activity. So you have obligation according to the POXO Act to inform to the police. But now it is practically very difficult. Even though something has been written in the POXO, it's okay. But practically when the patient is coming to you, you have not done anything, and it's very difficult to inform to the police. I can understand. So in such case, don't keep any proof which is very easily provable that you have gone through this case and you were aware of the patient. For example, a patient is coming to my hospital. I mean, the name has been written in the OPD paper. Then what I will do? I will return her money, because see, in India, the patient will think that you was her patient only when she has paid you. But if you are not taken any money, then she will think that I don't have any concern with this lady. So the first wise thing, just return her money. Don't write down her name in your OPD. Third thing, don't give any written paper to her. At least you can see, yeah, she had been to my hospital, and then I don't know why. I mean, she never talked with me, or I mean, at least you can refuse that thing. Then there is no obligation on your part. But if you have written her name in OPD, you have given everything. Then you have even written query pregnancy. You have advised UPT, correct? And then you didn't inform to the patient. It means that you had apprehension, because you have already informed her UPT. It means you had some or the other kind of apprehension. So you would have been the POXO has said that कि ऐसे समय में हमको बताना चाहिए. That's all. So it is always smart or wise move कि एक तो कुछ भी proof मत रखो, या तो पुलिस को inform कर दो. और एक बात, पुलिस को inform किया मतलब वो लड़की behind the bar जाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. What we are supposed to do, that is what I am telling you.
And one
Girish,
more
can
thing,
I
why
just
the
take a
laws are
comment
very
here?
stringent only against the doctors, like even though in these kind of cases, like doctors are not at all directly involved, and so much of stringent action against the like putting behind the bar, even though they are not directly involved in any of such cases, why the Foxy or these things are not looked into upon?
Yeah, but a very good question. Basically, this law is applicable to everyone. For example, when your parent is knowing about the pregnancy of that girl, no? So according to the law, the parent should inform to the police. But unfortunately, it is taken. Some few things are taken granted in our society. कि भाई पेरेंट है तो वो तो एमटीपी करेगा, वो तो बताएगा नहीं. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, see this, even though this law is applicable for everybody, but according to the society we are the softest target. मैंने अभी तो बोला
That's what.
that see, few things you cannot change, few things you cannot change, few things you cannot change, correct? Even आपका खुद का जो बिहेवियर है पर्सन चेंज होने के बाद बदलेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, उधर से अगर शांता कुमारी मैडम या प्रताप कुमार सर आएंगे तो एक्सप्रेशन ऑन योर फेस विल बी डिफरेंट, एंड उधर से मैं आऊंगा तो योर एक्सप्रेशंस विल बी डिफरेंट. सो it's natural, it's natural, you cannot change. So when the person is in front of you and he or she is a doctor, तो सामने वाला जो बैंड है वो जोर से बजेगा, ये तो पक्का है. एंड यू शुड बी प्राउड ऑफ इट ना, कि यू आर इन द आईज ऑफ सोसाइटी.
So one more question.
Foxy cannot do anything for Poxo.
Sir, what
Can
about the
do.
parents? How about the parents who get the children married even before the age of 18 years?
Madam, I don't have answer for this question because how these traditions are since so many years. I mean, see, I don't know. I mean, उस समय में जो था वो था, अभी क्या बताएं? Probably no education and nothing else. So.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much, Dr. Girish.
So after listening my talk for continuously 1 hour now, it is अभी बॉल मेरे कोर्ट में है, तो now I would request भाई सर कि गाना सुना दे.
नहीं. No.
एक घंटे से बड़बड़ कर रहा हूँ. अभी मुझे कुछ सुनाई भी तो दे.
That's not done. Now that you have given a fantastic
my song, most of the people they have listened my song.
No.
Please, sir,
Please.
You have to sing a song now, Girish.
Okay, duet गा लो दोनों.
नहीं. You have to sing a song, Girish.
अरे नहीं ना सर आपका एक गाना सुना.
No, you start off. I'll join you. You start off.
तो मैं सर मेरा एक रिकॉर्डेड सॉन्ग सुनाता हूँ ना बेस्ट वे.
That's the best.
Let's choose. सर तब तक कुछ बात.
Yeah. So till that time, I would like to thank on behalf of KCOG and KSOGA, Dr. Girish Mane for coming, accepting our invitation, and delivering a fantastic and very important practical talk, and that to a very sensitive issue which involves POXO Act. Thank you very much, Girish, once again. I also thank the president of KSOGA, Dr. Kasturi Dhonimat, the secretary, Dr. Manjula, and the president elect, Dr. Vidya Tobi, the treasurer, and all the delegates who have participated in this webinar today. Thank you very much. Now listen to the fantastic song